While the media fixates on tweets and trivial controversies, President Trump just delivered a series of statements so consequential they could reshape global affairs for decades to come. From the Federal Reserve to foreign policy, from energy prices to European alliances, Trump's remarks today signaled a seismic shift in America's posture towards both allies and adversaries. What did he say about Jerome Powell that sent Wall Street into a frenzy? Why did his comments on Ukraine leave foreign correspondents speechless? And what's behind his surprising stance on Israel's plans for Iran? Well, the mainstream media is desperately trying to bury these statements, and tonight we're going to bring you what they don't want you to hear. While President Trump brings down energy costs globally, you still need to stay warm efficiently. Just like Trump's decisive leadership cuts through bureaucracy, this little portable heater cuts through utility bill bloat. As Trump tackles the Federal Reserve's inefficiency, you can eliminate wasteful household heating costs with this targeted solution. It provides instant warmth wherever you need it. Perfect for those still chilly spring mornings. It features adjustable heat levels, quiet operation, and safety protections, energy efficiency that Trump would approve of. So get yours at staywarmnow.com with up to 60% off during their spring clearance, plus free shipping and bonus gifts with every single order. It's linked down below. So, big things happening in the Oval Office today. A reporter a short time ago asking about the Supreme Court on the oral arguments on birthright citizenship. And here's how President Trump responded.
Breaking news, a short time ago, the Supreme Court agreed to hear oral arguments in the case about ending birthright citizenship. How confident are you that the court will rule in your favor and allow that order to end birthright citizenship to go forward?
Well, you're just telling me that for the first time. I am so happy. I think the case has been so misunderstood. That case, birthright citizenship, is about slavery. If you look at the details of it, the signings of it, everything else, that case is all about slavery. And if you view it from that standpoint, people understand it. But for some reason, lawyers don't talk about it. The news doesn't talk about it. That's not about tourists coming in and touching a piece of sand and all of a sudden they're a citizenship. They're a citizen. That is all about slavery. And even look at the dates on which it was signed. It was right at that era, right after the Civil War. And if you look at it that way, the case is an easy case to win. And I hope the lawyers talk about birthright, citizenship, and slavery, because that's what it was all about. And it was a very positive, it was meant to be positive. And they use it now instead, not for slavery, they use it for people that come into our country and they walk in and all of a sudden they become citizens and they pay a lot of money to different cartels and others. It's all about slavery, and if you look at it that way, we should win that case.
And, of course, we will. President Trump signing an executive order to restore American seafood competitiveness. Yum.
Yeah. It's an easy one.
Very easy.
Hi, Mom. This is an easy one. This is crazy, huh?
About 80% of the seafood in the U.S. is imported.
Yeah. So imagine that. We import seafood, and we have the greatest coast of fishing in the world.
Okay, so in Maine, they do something similar. I think it's like 500 miles or something, some crazy thing. And Canada goes and they fish there. Other people fish there. Europe fishes there. The Maine lobster. You can't get Maine lobsters because Maine's forced to go for days out to some other area that's not as good. We have to free that up.
We'll have that on your desk next week, I promise.
Maine lobster, right? Yeah. It's incredible.
You did it last time, and they undid it.
Canada fishes.
Biden undid it.
We're not allowed to. Yeah, I did it last time in Maine, and they undid it. That's why we have to stay president for a long time. Thank you, everybody. What an honor. It's a great honor. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Did you catch that? That's why we need to stay president for a long time. Oh, boy. American Samoans react to the president unleashing commercial fishing in the Pacific.
Giving this great announcement, and thank you so much for your awesome leadership in giving back to American Samoa what had been taken away from us without even consulting with our leaders and people at that time. And,
They just one day just took away 3 Californias.
yes. And so this is such a wonderful gift to American Samoa. And of course, it's also Holy Week beginning today. And so thank you for returning to our indigenous people this wonderful gift of our traditional fishing grounds.
It's such an honor to do this.
And Joe Biden took it away from them. Here we have more from the president signing a proclamation opening the Pacific remote islands.
All right, let's do this, right? That's an honor. You've seen that signature. I don't use AutoPen. You know, like Biden. Biden uses AutoPen. I didn't go
I think we know which side they're on, right? And of course, it's just beautiful to see this, right? Let's keep going. A monumental occasion.
Samoa, Mr. President, this is such a great honor. You know, today in American Samoa, we're celebrating the 125th Flag Day. It's the first day celebrating when the U.S. flag was first raised there. At this very moment, they're celebrating that. So this is a monumental occasion for the people of American Samoa. And we are truly...
So this is a big thing that's going on right now.
Because we're a tuna-dependent economy. 99.5% of our exports is tuna.
99.5%?
Yeah.
Well, what about the other half? What is that?
And then about 80% of our private employment is related to
That's
the tuna
unbelievable.
industry. So, yes, this is a big thing for the
We
territory.
are one
what's-
industry economy.
Right, what's this going to do in terms? It's so interesting to me. It's so horrible and so stupid. It's so stupid. We're talking about a massive ocean, and they're forced to travel 4 to 7 days to go and fish. It's probably a little more dangerous. The whole thing. So, what's this going to? How is this going to affect your business? It's going to be many more. I mean, you're going to be able to do much more business, I would think, right?
Yes, we would think that this will definitely result in more fish deliveries, and more fish deliveries is more economic gains for the territory.
And there's more from the Oval Office. President Trump discussing Florida State University.
Tallahassee. Thank you very much, everybody. And I've been briefed on the Florida State University, Tallahassee active shooting. I guess it's an active shooter. Fully briefed as to where we are right now. It's a shame. It's a horrible thing. Horrible that things like this take place. And we'll have more to say about it later. Thank you.
We got more talking about oil is way ahead of schedule, the president.
Great. Oil is way ahead of schedule, and that's because of our policies. But oil is down into the $60, $65 range now per barrel. And I told you, in certain states, we have less than $2 for gasoline. And food is down. Groceries, as we call it, are down. Other than interest rates, everything's down. Interest rates are pretty flat. It's not that they're up, but we should be better than flat. We should, if he would lower the interest rate, I think it would have a good impact on that too. But the costs are down. We have very little inflation. I would say we have essentially no inflation. Hard to have inflation when oil goes down, and oil goes down. When Biden came in, oil went through the roof. That's what caused our problem. That and his very dumb spending. But when the oil prices go down, and they have gone down a lot, we've gotten it down really good. We've opened it up and we've gotten them down. And that means that people driving cars are going to be paying $2 and $2.50 instead of $4.50. And, you know, even at the end, they tried just for the purpose of the election to get it down. But they had really lost that sucker. That was really, it was not good. But if they had won, oil right now would be at $7 or $8 because of their policy. And we're going to be at about $2 Could be even a little bit less than that.
Buckle up, $2 a gallon. Comment below what the gas prices are in your town. Here he is talking about Italy.
If
Do you think that Italy can be your best ally in Europe? And also, do you ever notice when you walk into the opponents?
only if the prime minister remains the prime minister can it be our best. she's doing a great job, and yeah, certainly one of our great allies, not just in Europe, anywhere. She's a fantastic person and doing a great job, and our relationship is great. And we have a lot of Italians in this country, I tell you, and they like Trump, and they voted for Trump. Anyway.
President Trump responding to a foreign fake news report who claims he called European nations parasites.
Avete discusso di Cina e della possibilità che l'Europa ponga dei dazi, diciamo, sulla Cina. Mr. President, are you sure about the definition of parasite of European? Would you say that again? That the European are parasites?
It's never said.
Would you say again that
European.
Have you said that Europeans are parasites?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't said. I don't know.
He didn't say.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Actually.
You are fake news, right? Okay. Let's see. Oh, here he is talking about the termination of Jerome Powell.
Even if you on Jerome Powell, you said that the termination of Jerome Powell cannot come fast enough. He says he won't leave even if you ask him to.
Oh, he'll leave. If I ask him to, he'll be out of there. But I don't think he's doing the job. He's too late, always too late, a little slow, and I'm not happy with him. I let him know it, and if I want him out, he'll be out of there real fast, believe me.
Yeah, it needs to be. Reporter asking, how much longer does Putin have to respond to your ceasefire proposal?
Sanctions. How much longer does Vladimir Putin have to respond to your ceasefire proposal before you put secondary tariffs or sanctions on Russia?
We'll see what that will be. We're going to be hearing from them this week, very shortly, actually, and we'll see. But we want it to stop. We want the death and the killing to stop.
How much
Scott Bessent in the Oval Office today says the administration is focusing on tariff negotiations.
We're doing very well with negotiations, I think, with all countries. And Scott could tell you a little bit, but we are doing very well. We have a lot of countries that want to make a deal. Frankly, they want to make deals more than I do. Go ahead, Scott. Would you say something first?
Yeah, we've got a process in place. We're working on the big 15 economies. We had a fantastic meeting with Japan yesterday. I believe they've been called with the EU already. And then we have South Korea coming in next week. And I believe India is also talking. That's moving very quickly.
We're doing.
So we've seen President Trump demonstrate complete command on multiple fronts today. He addressed the Tallahassee shooting with compassion while promising further action. He warmly welcomed the Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, building crucial European alliances and describing her as someone who's taken Europe by storm. On the Federal Reserve, he didn't hesitate to put Jerome Powell on notice. If I ask him to go, he will be gone. In the Russia-Ukraine conflict, he stated firmly that the war would have never have started if I was president. Millions now dead would still be alive. And when a reporter tried baiting him about supposed comments calling European nations parasites, Trump shut him down definitively. Perhaps most importantly for Americans at home, Trump reported tangible economic improvements, oil prices down, food costs down, groceries down, and inflation under control. This isn't just leadership. It's commanding the global stage with clarity and purpose. Support the Next News Network by hitting our merch shop in the description below, linked at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com.